Good morning, Pastor Brian here. Thank you for joining me today as we read a psalm a day. Today we'll be reading Psalm 111 together, and I'll be reading from the Common English Bible as I do each day. And I invite you to either just follow along by listening or find your own favorite translation and see similarities and differences and how that might help you pull whatever it is out of the text that is speaking to you today. Let's read Psalm 111. Praise the Lord. I thank the Lord with all my heart, in the company of those who do right. In the congregation, the works of the Lord are magnificent. They are treasured by all who desire them. God's deeds are majestic and glorious. God's righteousness stands forever. God is famous for his wondrous works. The Lord is full of mercy and compassion. God gives food to those who honor him. God remembers his covenant forever. God proclaimed his powerful deeds to his people and gave them what had belonged to other nations. God's handiwork is honesty and justice. All God's rules are trustworthy. They are established always and forever. They are fulfilled with truth and right doing. God sent redemption for his people. God commanded that his covenant last forever. Holy and awesome is God's name. Fear of the Lord is where wisdom begins. Sure knowledge is for all who keep God's laws. God's praise lasts forever. Well, that's the end of Psalm 111. One of the things that really stuck out to me today is verse 7. God's handiwork is honesty and justice, and all God's rules are trustworthy. That phrase is what stuck out to me quite literally. I read that uh, with you just now, or just a moment ago, and as soon as I read it, I thought, that really seems quite incredible. God's handiwork is honesty and justice. So the things that God is, the things that God desires most, the things that God is known for, is honesty and justice. And I think that is something that we definitely ascribe to God, and something that we should pay attention to when we think about God and our relationship to God, and all the ways in which we interact with the world and the ways in which we interact with God, and think of how God interacts with us. It's with honesty and with justice. And that God's rules are trustworthy, that when things happen, that we know that God is trustworthy in all that God does. And for me, that's comforting. For me, that brings joy, knowing how much God does for us and who God is for us, and that there's just so many things that God does on a daily basis in both big and small ways that are truly meaningful for us. So that's what really stuck out to me today and what spoke to me. So, what spoke to you? Write it down, share it with a friend, share it with us. As always, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and God bless.